Welcome back to Kunskapsskolan Chronicles, just the place where we come together as key stakeholders to celebrate the KED community and our experiences. Last week, we heard wonderful thoughts of our young learners from grade 2. This week, we have with us our valuable KED parents, without whose support this journey would be incomplete.
My name is Shuchi, this is Priyanka, and this is Sweta.
And we all are parents of Kuns from the last 4-5 years.
Well, nice meeting all of you for the rendezvous.
Well, my daughter is in now grade 3. She's in Kunskapsskolan from nursery, and it was a new school, the new ideologies, and when I read about the school, it was interesting. So I thought, yes, let's go ahead with it.
I would say that being a first timer and a working parent, one of the most important things for me was to get a global exposure for my child and also have her foot rooted for the CBSE board. So that was one of the first priorities. The second one was obviously a very vibrant infrastructure, very colorful, where the child actually enjoys her day. And last but not the least was also a fair admission process. I think these three things were, very, very important for me and fundamental while taking a decision for getting my ward admitted over here.
Likewise, when you say fair admissions, this was one of the only schools, not one of the only, so the only school where the parents were given so much dignity and respect.
Yes.
You walk in, they have a smile. You come for the orientation, that first round where they'll show you through the school. Everyone is dressed up. The school there's just so much respect that the school makes you believe that the journey of parenting with the school together is going to be a tremendous one. That was one, and my nephew is in a senior class, and I have seen him growing, and he comes from a very conventional family background, and yet he doesn't think like the other members of his family, and the only reason that is so is because of the schooling, which is why in my case.
I would say that for me, the journey till now, the entire 5 years have been fantastic overall. And when I say that, I have actually seen my child turn from a caterpillar to a butterfly. This is something that was quoted by her first teacher when I learned that. And I would say that she has turned more confident. She takes her own decisions and she knows her stuff, how things have to be maneuvered and how do I have to get to the results. I think these things are overall helping the child learn the basics of life, because life is not just about books, it's not just about what is being read, it goes above and beyond that, and these learnings are very powerful for any child to let her survive on any planet, any city, any universe, any part of the universe. So I think that has been very interesting and very, I would say, something that I love about the school. Thank you.
Absolutely agree with you, Priyanka. In fact, I would say, fortunately or unfortunately, COVID gave me so much of confidence.
Yes.
The what school teaches, how it teaches, the pedagogy. I mean, tough times, but yes, I got lot of confidence in the school, in the curriculum, in the teachers, in the way the child progresses. So yes, definitely, the ownership that the child takes now is commendable. Is all thanks to the school, and it's not only in the school. I believe also at home. My daughter is very confident, very independent, and I think, as you rightly said, preparing her for the world which is to come ahead. So yes, I'm a happy parent to say.
So, Kate, every once in a while for our anniversary, me and my husband's, we go through the old pictures. And somehow it is only after we go through the old pictures of our shared holidays, etc., that the memory of the holiday stays, or it gets into a deeper psychic level, And I think that's what reflection does.
Wow.
And it took me some time. I used to find the concept quite strange. We have never done it in school. We used to have diaries. Would start with a 0 base group period, but we have never ended a day with a reflection session. But then one understands, as one sees the growth in one's child, that it's the reflection that makes so much of a difference to the long-term learning and long-term retention. That's one thing I can pinpoint. The other one is that as growing up, we've all had good relationships with our class teachers. But thanks to something like the coaching session, that one-to-one, that makes the relationship so much stronger for our children. To know that my daughter doesn't need a Masi or an aunt to go and talk about a good touch or a bad touch, to talk about something she's disturbed about, whether it be an argument between me and my husband or something, her ailing dog. She has another pillar of strength. And that exclusive coaching time is so much more than just academics. That's the two things I'm sure there's more, but that's what I can think of as of now. My daughter is an only child, and we have a setup where both her sets of grandparents, Dada Dadi, Nana Nani, are together, and me and my husband. And me and my husband are also only children, so she is the only child in the whole family. So for her to take responsibility, ownership, was going to be a very difficult thing, and we foresaw it. And but thanks to Kunz and the entire focus they have on not just learning, but on taking ownership, she has become her own person. And it's beautiful because, all these parenting blogs and these websites one comes across, they all say that you should appreciate a child on not the outcome that she has come first, but on the hard work she has put in to come first. And that resonates so well with me only because I've been a Kunz parent. If I was probably another school's parent, I wouldn't understand this concept as easily.
I agree. Before every presentation, I ask Anvi, do you need a mama's help? No, mama, what would you do? I know what to do. So, that level of confidence that she has is thanks to the school. And also, I would say, the way she talks to people around her, she has that thing of making a conversation with anyone she meets.
Yes. The general curiosity about the other's life.
Any subject, be it something personal, be it something to do with the world, it's commendable.
Agree with both of you. If I were to pinpoint on a couple of things and the changes that I have seen and where I see my daughter right now, I would say she has learned one of the biggest skill sets of life, that's prioritization. So no matter what tasks are given at hand, or whatever projects are there, or whatever assignments have been given by the teacher, she knows what has to be prioritized according to the timelines. So that's one of the most important thing. She knows that she's got very limited time when she comes home, and she has to wrap around a couple of things around. So I would say that she has become more focused, that this is the time I have at hand. I have to complete these these list of things that has been given to me by the teacher. The other important thing is her leadership skills, and I've seen it very evidently during COVID times also, and even now when she has been segregated in groups and she had been asked to take a lead in her team. She's the one who would actually go around, care for her team members, and also at the same time do a good job in presenting whatever has been asked from her. So I think that holds a lot of importance to me. And also from the background and I would say the past experiences that Jasmine has had at her home, I would say she has now turned out to be someone who's got a very good camaraderie with her her friends, her teachers, and she knows to speak out her heart, that if there is a challenge, to speak out if there is a good news to share with her teachers. So I think both ways I've seen this evolution happening, and I'm really happy about it.
So I like to add in this one, like you said, the leadership qualities. In the last presentation, or I think the salad making workshop they had in class, there was a boy who was not interested. So what Anvi did, whatever ingredients he had to get, she wrote it on a piece of paper and just gave it to him. Go and give it to your mama and get it tomorrow. So it was hilarious. And when she's coming home and she's telling me, I said, why did you do that? You should have told him, Mama, he'll forget tomorrow, and my group would not be doing well. So I told him to give it to your mama. Okay, Anvi, that's interesting. So,
I see that in my daughter also. She comes back home completely panicked. Group presentation tomorrow. Mama, our group doesn't have anything prepared. We have to do a Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
I just find it so ridiculous having a Zoom meeting for this 6, 7-year-olds. But it works.
Yeah, it works.
It works.
Yeah.
And then you see the sincerity and you see. So the Kunz has this entire, the KET philosophy also has this entire thing about collaboration.
Yes.
Right? So you see the collaboration happening. Your daughter is a leader, but your daughter can be a leader because my daughter is a follower. So that is collaboration,
That
right?
is collaboration.
They accept
Agreed.
their place in society or in a team,
Agreed.
and they do the best they can. Your
Absolutely.
daughter tries to fill in for somebody. My daughter will follow the rules set by the
Yes.
leader. So
That's how
so
they like
here's
it.
the
That
team
is
right
how-
here.
that is how they would go well.
Collaboration,
Yes.
absolutely. So the school has started there's a lot of interaction happening between the management and the school teachers and the parents, which I did not see in the last couple years, pre-COVID years. And that interaction gives me as a parent, I don't know if you were there attending the conference which was here
Fika.
on IB. After Fika also they had one on IB, IGCS.
Okay.
So it gives, the school is supporting us in being facilitators, which probably the KET philosophy requires us to do a little more than parents, where you let the child decide where the path she takes, but you kind of guide her. And the information that we need to guide our child in this day and age is what the school is also giving us, or at least one gets the sense from the recent couple events held by the school. So I'm really looking forward to more such interactions where the school brings the world to us and tells us what are the possibilities in the future. And on the other level, I'm also looking at the school engaging us with the day-to-day activities, which the school is so dearly doing. The Independence Day, were you there for that? It was so beautiful, right from the guard, Aya, teachers, management. They just put up such a show with such joy and involvement. And I for one, am going to be volunteering for the next whatever celebration they have. That's one way. And the other thing is, I'm a first-time parent. My daughter is only 8 years old. And between the time I walked out of my last school and the first time I walked into Kunz, I had not been to another school. So I'm also looking at the school guiding me with, it's hers. I understand that the KET philosophy wants to develop ownership in a child. I agree with it. And I also comprehend the basic norms of workshop, for instance, that not only do you give child the freedom to develop their own goals and strategies, but you also chalk out a certain time for them to work within the workshop. And so in line with that philosophy, I and my husband are also trying to give her her own space, her own window, where she can implement the decision she has taken over the weekend, let's say. So, and that is also large learning for us, because we come from a conventional school where the parent or the teacher dictates what the child does. So it is like somebody said at the school itself, it is about letting go to a certain extent so the child can grow and blossom better.
That's fantastic to hear about. I would say that the kind of education system, even being a small towner, I was during my childhood, we've been raised through a Christian missionary school. So there's always been a philosophy that you imbibe your child to be curious for learning, right? And as a parent, I always wanted that to come in Jaswini. Is her curiosity for learning. She learns deeper and she learns holistically. So that was one of the, I would say something unconsciously also I was carrying along when I was here at Kunskapsskolan, and I'm seeing that happen. I'm seeing that happen because of the KET learning tool also, a central digitized platform And I believe the interactive learning and the amount of videos and a lot of practical exercises that it holds, it helps the child remember, retain, and the concepts become absolutely clear that the child is not going to forget even, I would say next couple of years. So that's what matters to me. Today my child about a certain topic is able to understand the in-depth of the things, and she's also able to implement that practically while doing certain exercises
She
or
has
practical
the independence, the world
Yes.
at her fingertips because
Yes.
of the learning portal.
And portal,
She
yes.
doesn't have to look to us
Absolutely,
parents. So that's
absolutely.
reinforcing her ownership, her
Yes.
independence.
And a little bit of guidance obviously is always required from parents' side. And I also mentioned that it's kind of a three-way partnership that's required for a child to be groomed up, and always keeping them rooted that this is your focus, this is your aim, and this is where you have to go. So that has to be tied in everyone together. But I believe that curiosity for learning more and deeper is what is very important going forward, and that is going to happen soon for everyone, I would say.
Yeah, totally. Well, the journey has been beautiful till now, and the way the school is receptive to the parents, as you said, it's commendable. And also, I would say the school is preparing the child for the future.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
ready already. And what we learned in our higher education days, the kids know it today. They know it all. Yes, I would definitely want this journey to be like this forever and ever.
And I don't know if you know this, but this in class 9, all the 9 graders are placed with NGOs.
Yeah.
And in 11, they're placed with corporates.
Correct.
And it's 100% placement. The school takes responsibility. The school team goes out. Can you imagine the learning of
Internship,
that?
they do it only
Yeah.
already in school.
Yeah.
And the exposure.
That's fantastic, actually.
And
Yeah.
so those are, that also ties in with the fact that the newer colleges, the newer universities are looking at the child's performance in the last 6 years and not just their final scores.
Right.
So the school is already developing their CV or whatever is required
Yes.
for the admission
So
process.
it's basically an entire portfolio development for the
Yes,
child,
yes.
and making the child actually ready for any circumstances, any kind of education, and any kind of school, colleges, any city. So I would say it's a holistic development that's happening, and making the child more independent to be ready for what are the challenges ahead in life.
Not as you said, in the life, not only the school and colleges, maybe the corporate world
Corporates,
and
yes,
life
absolutely.
in general.
And
Yeah.
with the focus of university admissions,
Yes.
which as a conventional parent I worry
We would
about.
consider.
So,
Absolutely.
and we wouldn't know about this unless the school brought us to a forum where this was openly discussed. So in that way, we are more in sync with what the school wants to achieve going ahead.